Excellent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
Boom.
Yeah. I was gonna go along the lines of, you see, that's the thing. I'm always torn between the first two entrances that come to my mind are either the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Exposa North proudly brings to you one of the two.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the loudest speaking individuals in the world. Dablock. Co-hosted is Thili. Or it's like, Spreaker.com.
Yeah, always New Age Outlaws or New Day.
New Day, I mean, it's something new every time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's always new.
It is what it is. Oh, my goodness. I'm sitting here feeling unhealthy. I got my beer, my Frappuccino. Thili's drinking some water and shit.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I mean? Water's obviously better for you than either of these two, but beer's filtered 5 times.
Yeah, it's clean.
Bush ice. So I gotta pull up my records to see what's going on. And because we missed last week, we just gonna act like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
We'll get you up to date with this week.
Yeah, here's up to date last week.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt dragged Daniel Bryan to hell and pulled his hair out. And Seth Rollins pretended to apologize to Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that's
caught up. There's like nothing else.
There you go. You see? That's how it is. So we just try to be succinct here. We already got to watch 19 hours of wrestling to make this show possible.
It's a lot.
Oh my god.
It's a lot.
Like I got in yesterday. I'm like, yesterday I went to do a performance that I didn't know I had until yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get home, I'm just like, okay, I gotta either work on this track for this performance or I gotta watch Raw.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, I didn't even get to watch. Last week's NXT yet. I just realized now.
Okay. I'm looking for the results. Batista and the NWO to enter the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
Yep. That's definitely
Batista and his new lady, Dana Brooke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they started dating recently.
Oh.
Good for both of them.
Way to go. Way to make your careers. Look at what it did for Becky and Seth.
Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome that it's those two because they're both like jacked fucking like crazy body like lifter motherfuckers. So like it's hilarious. Like it's just they're a scary couple. Like they could beat the fuck out of any other couple in the world.
Exactly. Do you imagine what their arguments are like in the house?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The crazy sex.
Like military press into like just a pile driver or something. You know,
yeah, exactly.
A stalling pile driver, you know what I mean?
Batista bomb straight into fucking missionary something, some crazy shit.
And like she can do some like acrobatic shit too.
Yeah, she's crazy. Oh, yeah, she do the reverse. What's it called? The handspring shit. Just handspring. She's like the crazy handspring shit across the ring, corner to corner. She just does that and then fucking full split lands right on BDD.
Yeah.
Big Dick Dave.
Yep. I'm trying to find full match between Seth Rollins, Battles Baron Corbin, and Rare Tables Irish Chance match on Raw. That was this week.
I haven't seen that yet.
They took her
that was last night.
Okay, so we are on December 2nd, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen, this takes a lot of preparation.
And we don't do it.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. That picture-perfect RKO. All right, so we're starting with AOP crashes Seth Rollins' apology to Raw roster.
Yes. Yeah. So... yeah, I mean, this was actually what we were talking about. So I guess the other one was 2 weeks ago. That's how little 2 weeks ago's Raw mattered, because the one from last week is what I thought we were talking about. Last week, so Rollins came out, said he, giving an apology to Kevin Owens and the Raw roster for being so harsh, but it comes from his heart. It comes from a good place, and just trying to help the brand and trying to make sure that it's the best product it can be and all this stuff. Kevin Owens obviously is seeing right through it the whole time. And while they're talking, AOP comes out looking all scary as fuck because they are just scary as fuck. They're scary.
I wouldn't want to see them at the grocery store. Fuck that noise.
No, yeah, never mind a back alley. Like that.
Dark parking lot. What do you mean? I'm running the other direction. I don't keep the car, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared if they're like collecting money for charity.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't doing it.
Salvation Army type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Justice Santa fucking shaking the bell. I'm out. I'm out.
And
Peace.
the bell probably would sound menacing too. Bing,
ding,
bling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd just be evil.
Sure.
But yeah, they came out. Kevin said that he could see right through it, and Seth said, "Oh, we should tag together and go against him in a match." And Kevin was like, "No, because there's 3 ways that ends." And all 3 of them end with me getting my ass kicked. Yeah, so if you guys want to fight, I'll just fight all 3 of you right now. Seth, shrugged it off like, oh, you're paranoid, Kevin. If you're going to be like that, then I don't want to partner with you. I'm leaving. And walks right past Akam and Razar. And then Akam and Razar fuck off too until they came back in the match that Kevin had, which I think is the next headline probably.
Kevin Owens defeats Bobby Lashley via disqualification. Lashley and Lana were arrested after the match.
Yeah, so Lashley came out. Him and Kevin had a good little match going, and then Akam and Razar came out and attacked Kevin Owens right after he hit Bobby with a pop-up powerbomb, likely to finish the match.
Can we pause for a second?
Yep.
Featured superstars: Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, Lana, Bobby Lashley, Akam, Razor, Rusev.
And Bobby Lashley.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, why?
Hey,
as a brother, I'm not going to complain to get the extra recognition. I'm just saying,
Bobby Lashley is a whole lot of man,
I guess,
and therefore requires 2 credits of his name.
I guess that's got to be what it is, because that's funny to me. Editing Bible.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Somebody clicked his name twice.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Akam Razar came out, attacked KO. And then left, and then Bobby was getting up, and he got attacked by Rusev, or as Bobby calls him, Rusev. Listen, Rusev, if you don't come out here right now and leave me and Lana alone, it's like, shut the fuck up, Bobby. If you say Rusev one more time, I'm going to punch you. I don't care how big you are, you son of a bitch.
Come out and leave us alone. What do you mean?
He's such a weirdo.
Sit down up. What do you mean? Am I
he's such a weirdo. Bobby's strange. I think Bobby's partially not there anymore. But Rusev, it's so fucked up. So Rusev came out, attacked him. Then the cops who they had guarding them, they started belittling the cops and saying that they didn't do their jobs. At which point, one of the Tennessee cops said, "Sir, this is Tennessee. I'm a big wrestling fan. I'm a big WWE fan, and I've seen everything that's going on between you guys." And Bobby's like, "What?" And he goes, "Well, we do things a little differently here."
Oh man!
I'm talking about you don't like when you can't be trying to steal another man's wife and then fucking run from the consequences of that fuckery.
Yeah.
And they and Lashley, and they started to walk away. Lashley then grabbed the cop by the arm and pulled him, spun him around. Cop then was like, "Really?" And arrested him. Yep. And Lana started freaking out, saying Bobby did nothing wrong, and then she slapped the cop. Yep. And the other cop arrested her and dragged their asses away.
They got took to the big house.
Yeah, so they got arrested. That storyline continues.
Much to the chagrin of a good percentage of people.
No, everyone loves it.
I don't know how.
Because it's the best storytelling ever told.
Oh my gosh. Either way. Back in time, Akira Tozawa and challenged Randy Orton. The OC interrupted the confrontation to start a brawl. Yeah,
so the match with Tozawa was cool. It was pretty quick, but it wasn't necessarily a squash. Like Tozawa got some offense in. Sorry. And then after the pin, Drew called out Randy, saying he had unfinished business with him of some sort. I can't really remember why. It wasn't a huge thing. I think it was like from a couple weeks earlier. Randy maybe hit him with an RKO or something.
Hit him with the RKO.
Hit him. And Drew. So then Randy came out, started talking to Drew, saying, I do what I want when I want to who I want. And then AJ and the OC came out, and the Good Brothers, Carl and Luke, were scolding Randy for being such a horrible person because he ruined he ruined Uncle Al's life, is what he said. You ruined Uncle Al's life, talking about AJ Styles, and saying that he ruined his life by costing him the United States Championship to Ray. They then kicked the living shit out of Randy.
Beat him.
Oh yeah, they beat him. And Ricochet, Humberto Carrillo, and
Rio.
And I can't even bother to blow a full raspberry at this stupid name. Just
Carrillo. That's what they announced it like. He's the greatest thing ever.
Garbage. Human garbage. And they came out. They kind of attacked the OC, and I believe it ended with like a little backstage segment of Randy thanking Rey Mysterio, Humberto, and Ricochet for coming out, but saying, thanks for the assist, but to be clear, I didn't need it, and walks away. Mm-hmm. And then I think that kind of set stuff up for later in the night with them.
Night, but before that, Aleister Black defeats Tony Nese.
Yeah, this was a good match. Tony Nese is fucking fantastic. Aleister Black also fucking fantastic.
Like, Nese is chiseled though.
He's a specimen. The dude is a fucking specimen. It's unbelievable how shredded that dude is.
Under 205.
The guy is. He can't have a personal life. Like, everything has to be just gym, workout, get home, workout, gym, workout, eat. Like, it's gotta be.
TV.
It's gotta be. He probably doesn't even watch TV.
No, I mean like TV as in go to TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
I have one of them machines in my house that I don't even think I've used it as much as. You know what I mean? Like,
no, nobody's doing anything as much as Tony Nese.
No, man. Tony Nese is like
Tony Nese is a savage. Yeah, he's a beast. I love that guy.
Yeah. And then you got Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy.
Well, so far, anything involving Aleister Black ends up in a win for Aleister Black. So
and it usually ends up leading to Buddy Murphy saying, "I challenge you to a fight," and never really gets to a good fight.
That's a pretty good impression.
I've heard him say it enough times. I better be able to do it at least a little bit now.
Andrade defeats Eric Young.
Yeah, EO.
Yeah. And Kyle Busch pinned R-Truth in the crowd to win the 24/7 championship. I mean, really? Now this guy's he's probably like the 29-time champion right now.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Like, okay, Google. How many times has R-Truth won the 24/7 championship?
Incalculable.
Here's what I found.
No, man, you're not telling me what I need to.
Let's see if Siri is a bigger wrestling fan than Google. Okay, Siri.
What do you want to search for?
Well,
how many times has R-Truth won the WWE 24/7 championship?
Here's what I found.
Haha.
Suck my dick.
Haha.
List of WWE champions. It'll say how many times. I love that the picture for it is just a picture of R-Truth.
Yes, it is, because R-Truth is a Bodman thing.
Fuck yeah, he is. Of course he is. No, I haven't.
Oh my god, yo,
I don't fuck with TikTok.
Yo, bro, honestly, he got on TikTok. He used jokes. Oh man,
okay.
Oh man, 66 reigns before 30 different people. R-Truth has been the most reigns of 24 and the longest combined reign at 111 days.
I think that might not be updated all the way.
No. That's what I got for information.
Oh, no, yeah, he is. 24 time. 24th was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so 24 time.
Skeptic.
That's I thought it was more. I thought it was more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I love all the R-Truth segments. That's no secret. I thought it was hilarious having Jeff Bush and the other NASCAR driver front row, and the one NASCAR driver pulling off his shirt, revealing that he is a
Michael Waltrip and Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Waltrip took off his shirt, and he had a referee shirt underneath it.
You're a racer. Why
Exactly.
do you have a ref shirt?
And then fucking Kyle Busch rolls him up. I was like, that is fucking great.
And it's always, y'all gonna have to switch it up after this podcast, but it's always that one roll up.
Well, that's the only one you can teach a non-wrestler to do in fucking 20 minutes before a show starts. You know what I mean? It's always a scoop. It's always a scoop. It's always just a straight. It's great.
Oh
I love
gosh.
it. I love it so much.
I'm gonna go share this link again.
Yeah.
All right. So.
But yeah, Kyle Busch is now the fucking, or was at that point now the 24/7 champion. He was for less than 1 day.
Oh man, that was great.
Yeah, I like the bringing in celebrities to do that stuff. I think it's a cool way to bring like an eye into something when like someone who's a fan of him just goes, "Wait, he won a title? What's that?" And then look it up, and then they see some of the stuff R-Truth's doing. Like I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely dope the way they're branching off.
Yeah.
It's definitely dope. Okay, so we got what's next? We got Eric Rowan defeats Jose.
Sure did. He sure did.
WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors, defeat Charlotte Flair in a 1-on-2 handicap match.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was very good match. It was a strange match to have at all, sort of thing. Like I don't see why Charlotte is now relegated to just a feud with the tag team champions, whereas like we could be having.
Close the door to the bedroom. I can only assume that they have forgotten about me.
What the
and have
fuck?
left me here to die.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that was just. I was posting something on Facebook and one of my links popped up.
But yeah, the videos. Or sorry, fuck.
Relegation of.
It's Charlotte having to fight the tag team champions, whereas we could be having tag team title feuds.
Yeah.
Like it's just like what the fuck? What's the point? It feels like it's not doing anything for either group other than the fact that they're having great matches. But storyline wise, there's nothing there.
Okay.
Just Charlotte eating a bunch of losses to two people.
But don't you think giving her the challenge is a? Don't you think that giving her the challenge is a good idea? Like eventually, like after a couple of matches, she might figure them out, so to speak.
But I mean, yeah. My problem with it is, at any given time, this is only doing anything for one of the people in the feud, like, or one of the sides of the feud. Like, it's only ever having the Kabuki Warriors win in underhanded fashion against Charlotte Flair over and over again.
Yeah, but then
Or Charlotte Flair beating them, and then they look weak because they've lost to a single person where they are a tag team.
or
They haven't been defending their tag team titles because
or
why the fuck do we have tag team titles now?
or someone sees Charlotte getting her ass whooped all the time and decides that it's
So we
not-
can have Charlotte get another friend to turn on in a month?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the same thing over and over again.
That's why they'd have to change it and make it someone that she could actually tag with.
Who?
I don't know. It would have to be a new.
Who?
It would have to be a lateral move.
Like, there's no one. Because Charlotte's character is all about lone wolfing it, and like if anything, having a Brooke sidekick that she treats like shit and can blame any losses on. But like, at least that's a thing, and that's a thing that fits with the character. Whereas like right now, she's like the underdog, even though she's a heel. And against two heels. And there's no story for any of them. Like there's like ground they're pushing with Charlotte on it, and there's no tag team title feuds happening or even tag team matches. They're just 2-on-1ing abroad, or like she gets partners and the partners are useless in comparison to her. Like they had her team with Natalia, they had her team with fucking Lacey Evans, they had her team with Becky, they had like it's just an endless rotation. And it seems odd.
Well, I still think they're gonna bring someone up to tag with her, and they're gonna give her a good stable date.
It's a possibility. I think that is very hopeful. I don't think they have a plan.
I think they have to have a plan. That's why they have her.
When's the last time they had a proper plan?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like a proper plan, and I mean a proper plan that you couldn't be like, oh yeah, they're doing this. Like right now, it's just up in the air. It's all like there's no way for us to know where they're going with it because it's random matches with random teammates or no teammate. And it always ends with either Charlotte getting rolled up or elbowed while she's in the figure eight or green misted in the face.
The green mist.
Which I'm all for. I sent my buddy a couple weeks ago. I sent my buddy a picture of Charlotte when her whole front was covered in the green mist. And I sent him a picture. I was like, Charlotte Flair for Jessica Walters' Disney Plus series. I'm calling it. If she plays She-Hulk, I think that would be perfect. I think she should legitimately play She-Hulk.
That would work.
It would work so well.
It would. Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders defeat Mark Sterling and Mitchell Lyons.
Sure did. Squash match.
Definitely
squash match. It was a squash.
The OC defeated United States champion Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, and Humberto Carrillo. I will say it like that forever.
Well, until he gets released.
Speaking of releases.
There's going to be some more coming apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Someone saying there's at least 3 more inbound in the next week.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was a match. It was great because Rey Mysterio carried a lot of the match for his team. Ricochet obviously also did a lot of heavy lifting. And the club was the club. They were on top of their shit. They're killing it. The finish was, I believe, a Avalanche Styles Clash from the second rope on Ricochet. Yeah, it was. So yeah, it was great. It was high flying, intense, hard hitting match for sure. And that was the main event? Yeah, that was the main event. But yeah, I guess we'll mention the releases too. The releases, they released Luke Harper, they released Sin Cara, and they released that's the first one I said. Victor and Connor of the Ascension.
Yes,
yeah, they released them as well. Victor put out a tweet that was just a gif of Mel Gibson in Braveheart screaming freedom.
December 4th is the past NXT results.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to lean heavily on the headlines. But yeah, it was so those good for those guys. They're gonna get to go somewhere. We haven't got much information if they all signed the contract with the adjustment for not being able to go to competitors like AEW or New Japan. Well, it's not a non-compete, flat-out non-compete clause because they can go to Ring of Honor or Impact or stuff like that.
Those aren't really competitors.
No, but technically it is. Non-compete means you can't go to another wrestling company. Okay. This means they can't go to very specific wrestling companies. But we don't know if that got signed or anything in. It was a thing that was going around a couple weeks ago from dirt sheets that had been suggested and had been currently getting ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We'll find out more information, I'm sure, in the next couple weeks when we see where they get their first bookings.
Oh, this is just way too much to read.
Yeah, we're just going on the headlines. I can.
Okay, cool.
I just want to go by like whoever wins and losses, basically, so you can talk about like where they're heading for their takeover.
All right, Killian Dane defeats Pete Dunne.
Yeah, these two have been feuding for quite a while. It's kind of been a little bit of a three-way feud with Damian Priest, who I'm sure probably got involved some way, maybe.
He is actually the reason they fought is because he was not able.
Oh, okay. He wasn't cleared. So yeah, I mean, this has been a really good little three-way feud. I enjoy it a lot. All three of these guys are fucking amazing. Killian Dane is a scary fucking monster. He's the beast of Belfast, 1,000%. Nikki Cross's husband. Damian Priest is fucking phenomenal. He has been killing it ever since he got to NXT.
Kind of reminds me of The Undertaker. His stoic nature.
Little bit.
Not full scale, but like
he's more outgoing, outwardly charismatic. I would say, like outwardly intentionally flashy. Yeah, absolutely. He's a tall, sort of pale. He almost reminds me, like physically, of like a Vampiro in his prime.
I'm getting attacked by my eyelash. This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, I've been getting that all week.
Oh my goodness. It just poked me in my eye. This is not how we do combat sports so much our body parts are taking over. This is ridiculous. All right, I think we're good.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, all three of these guys are great. I'm excited to see them do like a real big, long triple threat match at a takeover coming up. Keith Lee, bask in his glory.
Confronted the Undisputed Era. Boom.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. From what I understand, there's going to be a few more names added into this this pile within this episode, because I believe the main event is a
spoiler alert,
something like a fatal four-way, I think, maybe, or a triple threat, something. But regardless, yeah, Keith Lee is fucking amazing. He had a star-making performance at Survivor Series and TakeOver War Games. So yeah, anything that gets Keith Lee more time on television and into more people's homes and hearts, I am all there for.
Yeah, I'm a big Keith Lee fan. Like, I didn't realize I was such a Keith Lee fan until
he's great.
I opened WWE Supercard and I saw Keith Lee on the Team Domination. I'm like, Keith Lee!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bask in his glory. He's great.
Yeah, man.
I love him.
For
I love
sure.
him. They showed, funny enough, they one of the guys or sets of guys from online that I like that talk about wrestling, Cultaholic. They used to be the What Culture Wrestling guys back in the day.
Okay.
They on one of their drunk streams when they were watching, was it Takeover or was it? It was either watching Takeover or watching Survivor Series.
Okay.
But they started singing like a song about Keith Lee, because they're British dudes, so they were doing like the football hooligan sort of song chanty things, right?
Yeah.
And they were singing about Keith Lee, and I can't remember what song they were putting it to, but they're drunk as fuck doing it and live streaming, and they played their video during the commercial break at Full Sail before Keith Lee came out.
Oh, man.
And, like, the clip of it had them saying, I swear to God, if they start singing this at Full Sail, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they did. So it was really cool.
Oh, wow.
Their Twitters were blowing up with, like, how in the fuck is this? Like, they kept reposting it, being like, I don't know what to say. Like, this is odd.
Wow. All right. NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler defeats Xia Li. You know what? I'm going to put this out there, and it's really fucked up. Bro, like, I don't dream very often, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the other night, and, like, she can feel good about this, I had a dream about Shayna Baszler.
Kicking your ass.
No.
Oh.
After she hears it, she might want to.
That's what my dream would have been about Shayna Baszler, is her beating the living fuck out of me.
Genuinely, I honestly, like, it was messed up, but like I could remember it vividly to this day. It was like Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
And it was like, because in my mind when I look at her, I see a fighter. So I turn the corner and I see her and I'm just like, okay, this is odd. I'm getting ready. And then she's like, I'm not that bad of a person.
She is defending herself.
I only fight for a living. Lawyers do law for a living. What difference is it for me to be fighting for a living? You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you're right. You know what I mean? And then like this soft demeanor came over her. And I'm just like, okay, now what do I do? Wake the fuck up.
It was like, and then as I thought, wake up, she put me in the fucking the Kirifuna clutch, and I went to sleep. And then I woke up.
With that being said, come here.
I woke up breathing heavy and scared.
Oh man,
and sweating.
It was surreal, like bro, like it was surreal, and I'm just like, no, like.
I've had a couple of those lately. Of like surreal ass dreams, and you wake up, you're like, "Yo, whoa, what the,
like, did that, like,
what the fuck?"
Yeah. Worse when you dream about money.
Oh yeah, because then you wake up, and you don't got it.
Exactly,
Annoying.
and you look wherever you last remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Don't even play with me.
Hondo.
All right. What Zia Lee called an opportunity of a lifetime proved to be just another minor bump in the road for Shayna Baszler.
So sad. They it sounds like she kind of sort of got squashed by Shayna. I love Zia Lee. I think she's fucking amazing. Her Instagram game is on point. She's hilarious. Her entrance is dope as fuck. I love her kind of like savage ass entrance with the tribal like Chinese drum fucking things, and she's coming. It's sick.
I have to see it. Oh
it's
gosh,
sick.
Like, I'm missing out way too much.
She calls herself NXT's resident spicy girl.
Okay, yeah.
She's fucking great. I love her.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think she hopefully works her way back up to another title shot soonish and gets that dub, because she rules.
The Forgotten Sons defeat Adrian, Alanis, and Leon Ruff.
Sure did.
I'm channeling my inner Fink.
I guarantee that was a squashy poo.
Yeah, Mia Yim brawled with Dakota Kai while Shayna Baszler attacked Rhea Ripley.
My girl, Mia Yim. I fuck it. Oh my god. My god. Head baddie in charge indeed. That girl is a whole bunch of special. I love her. I think she's so charismatic. I think she's got phenomenal in-ring ability. I love that she comes out wearing Wu-Tang shirts all the time.
She looked like she mixed.
She is. She's Yellowbone.
Yellowbone.
Yeah, that's what she called herself.
Oh my gosh, I was about to say it.
She called herself.
Like, I don't think we're allowed to say that kind of.
I think anyone is. I think that's the slang term.
Oh shit.
That's what it is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
What, motherfuckers ain't allowed to say Redbone anymore?
Oh man.
Heard that on a million tracks. No one ever has said that was problematic.
Wow.
When that get problematic?
Yo.
What?
Society got sensitive, son.
Pussy. Is the word.
You gotta call them balls.
No, pussy.
You can take a pounding.
If you watched UFC this Saturday, Stefan Struve proved soaking a pair of balls. That motherfucker got booted he got boot fucked in the balls 3 times.
Oh fuck! Wow.
In one fight.
No, just hearing that, I just shriveled up a
3
bit.
times.
No, bro.
He said at one point he told the ref he could feel them in his stomach. They got booted up into his body, dog. Thrice. Ezza sent me a message during the fight. Shout out Ezza. Ezza sent me a message during the fight that said, "What the fuck is this Rochambeau?" They kicked each other in the balls back and forth.
Oh my god.
It was amazing. It was so fucked up.
God.
It was a weird fight.
Oh man. Wow.
But yeah, no, I mean, Mia Yim's great. She's fucking phenomenal, and the fact that she's, like I said, she runs out rocking Wu-Tang shirts all the time. I'm like, yes.
I like what NXT's do. Like I talk about what Raw or SmackDown does with the women all the time, but NXT knows how to utilize their women.
NXT is number one for
Very well.
the women's division, the men's division. They are number one.
The first, what was it? The first War Games for women was this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was spectacular.
Unbelievable match.
Spectacular.
So many good like swerves with the fucking Dakota Kai heel turn happening on her entrance, leaving fucking Rhea and Candice LeRae. Yeah, to be 2-on-4 for the rest of the match and still win. Come on, son. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful storytelling. They did that so well.
Yeah. Matt Riddle defeats Cassius. Oh, no!
Jesus, what is this, 2018 again? Fucking, that's a match I haven't seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They had a series of matches where Riddle squashed Cassius Ohno.
Yep.
Like, I think 2 takeovers in a row and all of the NXTs in between them.
Yep.
So
was that 7-second knockout?
That was the very first very first takeover match.
Yep.
He just came out not scheduled. There was no scheduled match like that was announced to the public. He came out and did an open challenge thing, wearing his flip flop still.
Yep.
Fucking hit Cassius with a knee, and there's an instant KO. 1, 2, 3, boom. Beautiful.
Damn.
Beautiful work. Matt Riddle's the truth.
I just got a Cassius Ohno card in my WWE Supercard.
Nice. I gotta get on that.
Yeah. Kushida defeats Cameron Grimes.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is fucking wicked. Kushida is another incredible fucking in-ring talent. Very charismatic. Dude is Marty McFly. Oh, I love the gimmick is Marty McFly. Like, that's so fucking smart and funny. And Cameron Grimes is great too. So I this is one of the things where like, yeah, I'm definitely going back and watching last week's NXT and then this week's NXT back to back on Wednesday, like tomorrow night probably.
Yeah.
Like right after I get home from work, I'm going to throw on last week's NXT. It'll finish probably just about in time to catch this week's NXT, and I'll just watch them back to back because what a show.
Yeah, because it ended with Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Dominic Dijakovic.
Yes.
Defeating the Undisputed Era. The best stable so far in wrestling right now.
They are. Yeah.
No, actually, no. By belts, they are the best.
They're the best right now.
In the WWE.
Yeah. New Day ain't got all 3 belts no more.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure this was a spectacular match. The Undisputed Era doesn't fuck around. Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Dijakovic have proven that they have amazing chemistry together and can put on bomb-ass matches. So I'm happy to see that they're still at least somewhat feuding after the what's it called? After War Games is over. I think we're coming up to I can't remember what it was. There's a triple threat match. Maybe that's this week. There's a triple threat match between Finn Balor, Keith Lee.
That's this week.
Yeah.
Keith Lee and Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah. I'm down for that triple threat match so bad. Like, that's going to be great. I think Finn takes it.
I, on the other hand, am going to bask in his glory.
For sure.
Bask
Very possible.
in his glory.
Very possible that he wins and we get a Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor feud for a while. Because I think that would be a good way to kind of drag on the are they or aren't they for Undisputed Era being the new backing, like Bullet Club style thing for Finn or not.
So this is a complete swerve, but I'm looking at Ref Jess and she looks like she might have a little bit of mix in her.
Maybe.
Like from this picture.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying like it's 100%. Like in the video, like when I first saw her, she looked 100% like your team.
I think she is 100%.
I like, but like in
dude,
this picture right here, she kind of looks like not Michelle Williams, Vanessa Williams. Like she has that Vanessa Williams look to her. Vanessa Williams.
Show me that picture again. You're wildin'.
This part right here, you don't see it?
I mean, she got her eyebrows done. That's for sure. They both did that.
Bro, look at the picture of Vanessa Williams. Sorry, this is a little bit of a swerve.
Yo, Siri, show me a picture of Vanessa Williams.
I might have the name wrong, but
I couldn't find any matches in your photos library.
Well, not in my photos, you stupid bitch.
On the web.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely both got their eyebrows done.
I didn't say I said resembles. Like, okay, that's like a full on. Yeah, man. Maybe it's just the eye color.
I think it's the eye color and
Eye
the
color
fact that they
and
both got
cheek.
TV makeup on, caked.
The cheekbones. Yeah, it could be.
I think so.
Could be, but like that's a straight on picture. This is a side.
Because everything I've seen a lot of Ref Jess. Like I've seen a lot of her matches, like that she's called, and I follow her on Twitter. She also did like a bunch of modeling stuff, and every picture I've seen of her, she looked like a white girl. Like,
Okay. I'm not
but
saying
I don't
she
know.
is. I'm not
No,
saying-
stop trying to take our white.
Well, no, you put it that way. Right, this episode 6. Oh man, I just said it looked kind of similar. I'm just saying.
Stop taking. Oh God. Oh my brain.
Oh man, that's what happens when you tune into Tough Talks with Thili and
Yep.
Dablock. All right, what we got here?
Cancelled.
Oh, Bray Wyatt tormented The Miz during Miz TV.
Yeah. Wyatt is on the I'm gonna get myself into your family type bag. He's going a little Samoa Joe
Oh man.
on him. He was showing pictures. He was talking about how. What did he say? He said I used to have a family. Got real dark. Like, you know, he's talking all happy and then gets dark and goes, I used to have a family. And then it does the like flashes things and shows Daniel Bryan, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan when they were in the Wyatt family.
Okay.
And then like flashes back couple images and then back to normal, like back to
Okay.
to Bray sitting there, and he goes, "But you've inspired me, Miz." It's like I could join a new family, and he pulls up a picture of Miz, Maurice, and their 2 kids together. Later on, because I don't think this will have its own segment. It's all very much little backstage segment stuff that they don't usually do with it, but Miz was backstage looking for the Firefly Funhouse, and he found a room with a red light. And when he went in, he looked at the table, and the table had the picture, the same picture, on it. But now Miz had been cut out of it, and it was Bray Wyatt holding one of the children, sitting next to Maurice holding the other kid. And then when he turned around, he got Sister Abigail'd by, not the Fiend, but by Bray Wyatt. Like Bray Wyatt himself, no makeup or anything.
Wow.
Said, say cheese, and then fucking Sister Abigail'd Miz and
Oh, wow.
laughed and left. So very, very cool shit they're doing right now.
Okay.
Very cool shit. They're gonna have a match at TLC.
Yep. TLC, which happens this Sunday. Are we gonna have an episode before that, or are we gonna do it after?
After.
Yeah. So.
Cause is it this Sunday? I think it's next Sunday.
It's this Sunday. Yeah, bro.
Wait.
Perform on the 13th at Lux Nightclub in Welland. The 4th.
Okay, Siri. What date is Tables, Ladders, and Chairs?
I found this on the web.
Just give me a date, you fucking stupid British cunt. December. Wow. It's so crazy that we're already at TLC. The year went flying
Bro,
by.
I was just at SmackDown
I
after
know.
SummerSlam.
I know.
Holy,
The year went by so quick.
so quick.
Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Exactly. Even Alexa Bliss defeating Mandy Rose.
Yeah, this is good shit. They had a good match. Mandy continues to improve in the ring.
I'm starting to not be able to watch wrestling anymore because of all the women that are on there and their scantily clad-isms.
I'm starting to not watch anything but wrestling and pictures of wrestling and
Oh man,
whatever I can, dreams of wrestling.
I'm having to pull a Shawn Michaels, just cover my eyes as soon as the women come out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Do that picture of Rogan when he was standing there for the weigh-ins with Misha Tate weighing in, and Rogan's like staring the other way, and
Yep.
and he posted it like a week ago. He reposted the picture and said, what am I thinking right here? I'm thinking, do not get caught staring at her ass on television again.
That's great. Oh man.
Because anyone who don't know, look up Misha Tate. That girl, whoo,
Packing.
big ol' woody.
She packing. Elias and Dana Brooke embarrass Drake Maverick. Elias is back?
Yeah, Elias has been doing little backstage segments, exclusively appearing next to Dana Brooke when Drake Maverick is inexplicably trying to hit on Dana Brooke despite being married. And then Elias comes in and sings a song about Drake being a loser. This specific one, Drake Maverick was asking Dana Brooke, come on, look at me. What does Dave Bautista have that I don't?
About a foot and a half?
Oh, that's putting it nicely.
90, like about 120 pounds?
Yeah, of pure muscle.
Of muscle?
Yeah. About 18
He's tattooed to shit?
Yeah, a nickname known across the internet as Big Dick Dave.
Like he's a superstar?
Yeah. He asked that, and then Elias came out and sang him all the things that Batista had, and he doesn't. And then they went out to the ring, and they legitimately embarrassed Drake Maverick. He put his hand out on Drake's forehead while Drake swung wild punches that missed. He then, while Drake was swinging, let go of his forehead, so he just fell flat first on his face. He then grabbed Drake by the belt loops, lifted him up in the air, put him on his knee, and spanked his ass. And then when Drake was crawling towards the ring, Elias punted him like a football through the bottom ropes.
Wow.
As he tried to walk away, Dana Brooke grabbed him, threw him back in the ring. And I can't remember what the last thing was, but they embarrassed him one more time, and then the segment was over.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a very strange segment. There's something that they're doing lately where they just like having someone to be constantly embarrassed.
I guess. Maybe it's something he did he's getting consequences for.
Maybe it'll build to something. I don't know.
The Revival defeat Mustafa Ali and Shorty G.
Let's just... Sorry, before we go on, I have to say this because I just thought of it. Maybe this is set up for something at the Hall of Fame ceremony where Dave Bautista will fuck up Drake Maverick during his acceptance speech.
Powerbombs him?
Something, yeah, just Batista bombs him.
Right
That would be great.
Oh, man.
That'd be amazing. I'd be so happy with that.
Oh, man.
Okay, sorry, continue.
The Revival defeat Mustafa Ali,
Yep.
Shorty G, Heavy Machinery, and the Lucha House Party in a fatal four-way tag team elimination match to earn a SmackDown Tag Team Championship opportunity at WWE TLC.
Yeah, to win back the belts that they had stolen from them
That they lost.
by the New Day's shady tactics of tagging.
See, he can't even think of anything.
No, I remember.
So truthful.
They tagged, what was it? Kofi tagged Big E, and the Revival top guys didn't see the tag, and that's cheating.
It's unfortunate that you didn't see something that happened right in front of you.
That's,
but
hey, that wasn't right in front. He did it behind his back, and Big E is thick with like 3 C's, so they couldn't see.
Big E is thick with like 3 C's.
So they couldn't
shit.
see Kofi's little hand on Big E's big thick back, and then all of a sudden Kofi's in there, Trouble in Paradise. That's not even fair because like that's like a spinning kick.
Whoop-wah.
That's like some Bruce Lee shit, and that's shenanigans.
Well, I call it New Day rocks.
Cheaters. New Day
Alright.
cheats.
So the next one is
They steal victories from top guys.
They steal it right out of the grasp. Of those
Flips, no
who-
fists. I mean, fips. Fists, no flips.
Are you sure it's not
I got it
flips, no
backwards. No, I'm sure.
Flips and fists.
Shut up.
Fuck 'em
Top
up.
guys.
Bailey and Sasha Banks retaliated against Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That happened. This is kind of boring, their story with them.
fuck.
Lacey's, doing a thing. Sasha appears to be using a remix of her entrance music that has like the Snoop Dogg verse that Snoop had recorded for her.
Yeah, which is dope.
Which was dope. But yeah, I don't know. It just the storyline's kind of falling a little flat for me. Like it doesn't. I don't know if it's because I don't care. They haven't done enough to make me care about Lacey Evans yet. But I did like the speech Lacey was given in her dialogue with Sasha about being a mother and a legit fucking Marine, and how those two claiming to be leaders and role models is trash. It resonated on a good story level and everything, but overall they haven't made me care yet.
I saw it. I was interested. It kind of like they're kicking and they're punching, and there's no super move or no finishers or anything like that. But
No.
Lacey made Sasha look like a bitch though when she feigned that woman's right. Like Sasha screamed. out, like,
Sasha's scream was great. That was actually good.
I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
You bitch, no.
that was hilarious.
Stand there, you take it.
That was really
like,
funny.
What's wrong with you?
That was really funny. That caught me so off guard when
So off
Sasha
guard.
dropped
She
and screamed
screamed
like
like-
that. I was like, oh shit.
Cause she went in there like a bad bitch. I'm like, yeah, they about to throw down, and then she's like, ah, like, what the fuck?
It's one of the few times like recently where I've been impressed with Sasha's like acting, like where Sasha legit seemed scared when she dropped and screamed. I was like, oh, that actually came across believable. Like that was good.
Yep. Roman Reigns defeats Dolph Ziggler before King Corbin humiliated the Big Dog.
Yeah, sure did.
It,
This is still going. Like I can't believe that's still fucking going.
throwing dog food on the man after the chaining him up on the post.
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to have a really brutal fight style storyline going into TLC.
Yeah.
But like, holy fuck with the Roman Corbin feud. It just feels like it doesn't end.
Hasn't it been going on for the last like 2-3 years?
I mean,
Well, he was Constable Corbin.
yeah, so they definitely had stuff going at that time too. But I mean, for this this specific instance of it, even it's been like 3 or 4 months, and it's like Jesus fuck. How many times am I going to see Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler, or Roman Reigns and fucking Baron Corbin, or Roman Reigns and fucking... yeah, I mean, he's not even fucking with him right now. Bob Roode. No, Bob Roode.
Okay.
Bob Roode's the one who's teaming with
Ziggles.
Ziggles all the time now. Yeah, it's just a thing of like I can't bring myself to give a fuck anymore. I couldn't give a fuck before, and now it's just fucking been going on for 4 times as long.
Used to give a fuck. Now he gives a fuck
Less. What do I think of success? It sucks. Too much press. It's just.
Excuse me. I have to let one of those out.
Oh, I feel ya.
That's it.
So yeah, that's it for WWE stuff. I just want to bring up something that happened with UFC. Because last weekend, the Saturday that just passed, was UFC Fight Night on ESPN. Let me just see here. UFC on ESPN number 7. This was huge. There was a lot of big results. The early prelims, both fights ended in finishes. One of them happened with 51 seconds left in the first round. Mahmoud Muradov knocked out Trevor Smith in one of the more brutal knockouts that I've seen in a little while, like clean knockouts. He hit him with a three punch combo, and on the third punch it was a right hook, hit him clean on the jaw, and Trevor Smith's mouthpiece went flying across the octagon. Like, looked like it had been fired out of a fucking air gun. It just went, and he just dropped to his face, twisting in the air on the way down. So that was really brutal. There's also a really good second round submission in the early prelims. The regular prelims, there was a couple good ones. Where is it here? Bryce Mitchell hit Matt Sales with a ridiculous twister. Twister, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, YouTube that move because it is fucking spectacular. It's a submission move where you're in side control. You get their arm that is closest to you around your head. You bring it around there, and you put their head and neck in like an arm triangle, so like bring both your arms, and then you just start twisting their neck, which then also twists their spine, and their whole body is contorted at once, and you just wrench on it. It's savage shit, and Bryce Mitchell hit this motherfucker with it so hard in the first round. It was beautiful. And the only bad part about it was he's a Arkansas boy, and at the end of it, because they were in D.C., he felt the need to give Trump a shout-out, which was like, bleh. But other than that, Bryce Mitchell's a savage and killed it. And the big thing that happened on Saturday was the living legend, longtime veteran of he's a former K1 kickboxing champion, Alistair Overeem, taking on Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Rosenstrike is a giant African dude, and he is just battering people lately. His last three fights, not including the one from Saturday, but the three fights previous to Saturday, were like a combined total of 45 seconds in the ring, in the octagon, because he knocked all three opponents out in the first round. This time he knocked out Alistair Overeem. Everyone expected it to be in the first round or second round maybe, but it took all the way to the fifth round. Overeem was winning the fight. I had him up 4-1 at the end of the fifth, and then with 4 seconds left in the fifth round, Jairzinho Rosenstrike lets off this motherfucker of a straight right hand and catches Alistair Overeem right in the lip. And, like, when I say split someone's lip, normally you think little cut, bloody, like blood coming out. What I mean is, imagine a line right here, right, on your lip.
I've had that.
And imagine...
Look right here, I've had that line.
Well, in the middle's different. I mean here.
No, like, like here.
Yeah.
Here, I had the line.
Yeah. So now, but what I mean is, just imagine an imaginary line. This is not like an actual thing, but imagine a line right there, and then imagine that this part of this side of the line and this side of the line are no longer connected to each other by flesh and lip. Now, this side is hanging off your face.
Punched it right through his teeth.
It was fucking disgusting. You could see his lip flapping around on his face because it was such an immediate and hardcore fucking punch. But yeah, that really fucked up Overeem. He stood up right away, which all power to him. The guy's a badass. He definitely stood up, but the fight was over at that point, and it was a clear decision to end that fight at the right time. Because holy shit, man, it's just too much.
All right. So it sounds like we've covered all bases.
Yeah, covered all bases. Next week we will talk about. We'll talk about
TLC.
TLC. We'll talk about Raw and SmackDown, and we'll talk about UFC 245.
Would you believe we got it all done in less than an hour?
Suck a dick.
Eat it. Oh my gosh. Wow. So yeah, that is what it is. It is what it is, and it is what it will be.
And
be sure to tune in next week for the 1, 2,
and the
3.
Ding, ding, ding.